Hi Cancer, how are we? Just getting started on our monthly readings. So we're going to be looking at what's coming up for May 2023. We're going to be sort of splitting the reading into a couple of sections today. Okay, so firstly we're going to be looking at just, general overview of everything sort of coming along. And then we're going to be sort of looking a little bit closer at love, and also doing just a quick little shadow work run over at the end there as well. I will be sort of doing the focus on shadow work readings probably every full moon, whereas this is sort of going to be at the end of every month, looking at the next month, doing the individual rundowns for the month ahead. Yeah, but like I have said in a few videos already, if there is anything in particular you want me to sort of look at, let me know. We are just a brand new channel, so definitely willing to take, suggestions on board, and we also will be running a bit of a competition for a free personal reading for anyone that comments on any of my videos. And when we get to 100 subscribers, I will be drawing that as well. Okay, so make sure you comment and let me know how it resonates for everyone. For the general portion, I'm using the Slavic Folklore Lenormand deck. I also, when we come to the love portion, I have the Lenormand of Japan deck here, as well as the Island Time Wellness Oracles. And then when we get to the shadow work, I do have the Inner Seagull Heal Yourself reading cards. So they're really fantastic just for a few keywords there, so we can just sort of have a quick overview of some shadow work things we might want to be looking at this particular month. But getting straight on into it for you, Cancer. So don't mind me. You'll probably notice me stopping every here and there for time stamping. So I'll just do that every now and then just to make sure we're at the right sections, so you can skip forward if necessary. But just looking into the general energies. So what's going on for Cancer in May 2023, please? Okay, and I will draw one for like job, career, finance aspects. And this month we're looking a little bit more into platonic relationships. So like family and friend relationships and what's going on with those. And then anything else that Cancer needs to know about for May 2023, please. Anything else Cancer needs to know about for May 2023? Now, I will clarify as we go through if necessary. But first, just in general, your energy for this sort of month, we are looking at happiness and clouds. So that's the sun card there, and then the clouds card there. So we're sort of thinking happy thoughts this month. We're in a really positive mindset. Is one of the first things that would come to mind with those two cards. Like I say there, the sun really does represent happiness. It can also talk about things being revealed. Okay, so it could be talking about, certain things being revealed to you within your own thoughts as well. It's going to be sort of cutting through the clouds there. So clearing any confusion or doubt that is in your mind. It's also going to be a really strong month for following your intuition as well when the clouds is there. Now, the clouds is all about thoughts, and it really does sort of speak to, looking for the sun behind the clouds when they're together, looking for that silver lining in the clouds. Okay, so really focusing on keeping our mindset strong and positive this month and not allowing any negative thoughts to sort of take on over. So that's a pretty good overview for the month for us there, Cancer. So we'll see what else we've got here. We've got Okay, so for your career and finances there, we are seeing the cross card. And now this particular card in the more traditional decks, it can talk about that more spiritual element. But in this particular deck, it does sort of talk a little bit more about burdens. Okay, so it's sort of going to be talking about looking at our financial burdens. I don't feel that this is directly job or career related. I feel that this is probably more of a money concern directly. So I will get a clarity on that particular one. But it really can talk about the cross we bear, the burdens we're carrying when it comes to finances. Okay, so it's sort of looking at our debts and the way that our finances are affecting our life in general. It's like what what burdens are you carrying when it comes to your financials? Do you have heavy loans or things like that that are a bit of a burden to you? And it's sort of really bringing those into question this month. So I will get that clarity, but it is sort of jumping out to me that if you do have anything in particular that you do see as a bit of a burden financially, like um, things that you're paying for that feel burdensome, cumbersome to you, like student loans or big loans, house loans, mortgage, those sorts of things. I know the world is in a horrible place at the moment when it comes to those sorts of things, but I am getting a bit of a background message there saying that there is actually something in that at the moment that um, can be sort of adjusted. Okay, so I'm feeling like the burden can be lifted slightly. Um, so maybe taking a closer look at the fine print, and I feel like for some people out there may be like some fine print or something that we haven't sort of seen, where we can be easing that burden on ourselves just a little bit. It doesn't feel like a big drastic change, but it may just sort of be telling us to sort of look at maybe, if you can change banks or something, there may be some better options out there to make this burden a bit more bearable for you. Okay, but I will grab a clarity on the cross card for Cancer with their financials, please. Okay, so we are seeing the fox coming on through. And now when we're talking about finances with the fox, it does sort of let us know to be really, really clever about our finances. It does have a bit of a salesman type vibe, like that whole they could sell ice to Eskimos sort of thing. So is there something where someone has oversold you on the benefits or service of some particular product or service, and they've oversold you on that, and maybe that's the burden that can be lifted. You could be actually swapping around, changing to different providers, those sorts of things. It really does talk about being quite cunning and smart, sitting down and looking at all the nitty gritty things when it comes to that particular burden. Okay, so it is all about caution and things like that as well. So be wary of salesman type vibe coming through this month. I know especially online there is quite a lot of scams and those sorts of things around, and it really does sort of scream of that sort of energy with both the cross and the fox coming out for your finances. So just be really super careful that we're not getting scammed by anything this coming month. If you are getting something that you see something especially online that does seem too good to be true, chances are unfortunately it may be. Okay, and I know that there's some really good scams out there now, like that people are falling for, that they never thought that they would fall for, those sorts of things. It's not just your standard stuff anymore. So really making sure we're checking the fine print, checking um, even little things like if you're getting emails about certain offers or discounts, making sure you're actually checking the proper website rather than following links and those sorts of things. Go directly to the website and make sure we're doing our research properly when it comes to those sort of things. Being really clever about the way that we're looking at any sort of financial burden that we're about to take on, especially. Okay, but if it is an existing burden, that, yeah, there's definitely something there that you may be able to fiddle around with that and ease that off you a little bit as well. Okay, but yeah, like I really am definitely getting that scam sort of vibe. So just really be wary about that this month, Cancer, and make sure you are checking the fine print of sort of every little thing that comes your way. And I hate to say it, but if it seems too good to be true, it very well may be. Okay. Now moving on to the family and friends section there, we do have the Tower and the Book. Okay, so with this particular deck, the Tower can talk about, having boundaries and having that solitude away from people a little bit at the moment too. So that may be something you are coming across this month with, just needing a little bit of alone time to deal with things, and sort of maybe your family's being a little bit overbearing or things like that. But with the book there, it really does talk about that, researching things and, opening the book and writing your own story. It can also talk about someone from the past. I am getting a bit of that vibe. Pardon, sorry. I am getting a little bit of that vibe coming through, that this may actually be, someone from the past that you may not have seen for quite a while, and, unlocking a new chapter with that person. Okay, so if there's a family or friend that you haven't spoken to in a long time, maybe now is the time to sort of open that book and see how that's progressing and whatnot. With the book, it really can talk about that unknown factor as well, but really it's all about, you know, um, writing your own story when it comes to these sort of things. And I really am getting the vibe with the Tower today as well, that, you are probably going to be needing a little bit of time to yourself. Lock yourself away in your tower so that you can focus on where it is you want your story to go next. Okay, so not being afraid to put up some boundaries with friends and family this month, and making sure that we are getting the time to ourselves that we do need for ourselves. Okay, and now anything else that came out for you there? We do have the Crossroad and the Child. Okay, so there may be, I feel like this is actually talking, like I was about to sort of go on a total different tangent there, and then I just got the vibe straight away that no, this is definitely talking about a sort of a change in your direction, just in general. It doesn't feel like anything specific, but it's just sort of talking about some sort of change or decision that you're making. You may be choosing to go down a different path this month with something or other, and it really does talk about, that bringing new beginnings into your life, some sort of brand new beginning that you're about to sort of start down that path. Yeah, so I'll get another card just to see if we can get a general area of what that might be about there. What's this Crossroad and Child for Cancer, please? May 2023. Okay, so we're definitely seeing change coming through, but when I've asked about a specific area there, we are getting the mouse card there, and as you can see, it is a little clockwork mouse. Okay, so I'm just feeling with that particular energy there. The mice really is about things nibbling away at the back of your mind. Okay, so um, and I'm really feeling with the little clockwork imagery in this particular one, that it's something you felt that you haven't had the time for, um, or like I've never had the time to actually do this, but it's always been niggling away at the back of my mind, and it feels like this is going to be your opportunity to step down that path and explore that further and have some sort of a new beginning with whatever that is for you. Now that is going to be different for everyone, because it is a collective reading, and these things do play out so differently for everybody there. But it is sort of something that has sort of nibbled away at the back of your mind for quite a long time. And I feel like there's a Cancer sitting out there, and they've said repeatedly, every time it niggles away at them, they say, "Oh, I don't have the time to do that," or "Oh, I'll get to it one day," or something like that. And I feel like this is this is actually now the time that we are going to be making the choice to step into that direction. Okay, so not getting a clear path for that particular one, but it's definitely bringing changes and new beginnings around. With that child there, it really does talk about innocence as well, and that sense of amazement and wonderment. You know how children are just so their outlook on everything is just like everything is one big adventure. And that's what this really feels like, is that it will be sort of a step down a brand new path for you, and it's brand new adventure somehow in your life, something that you've probably wanted to do for a long time, but you've just never thought you had the time, or whatever that message is there. So like I said, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. But let me know in the comments, if that resonates for you guys this month. I'd be very intrigued to hear. Okay, so we'll move over to the love portion there for us. So for Cancer 2023. Okay, and so I'm really just doing these love portions, however I'm feeling guided to. Obviously the energy is a little bit different for everybody, but I'm feeling for Cancer. I'll get a base energy for Cancer, please, for May 2023 when it comes to love, please. Okay, so Cancer. Okay, so once again, I'm seeing that mouse card coming on through. So whatever this is that's been niggling away at you, it may actually lead you. Like if you follow your intuition with this, because we've got, yes, when it comes to love, there is also a little sense of loss this time around with the mice as well. Feeling that you've lost some important people to you in the past when it comes to love relationships. Somewhat emotional and sensitive about the loss that you have suffered in the past when it comes to love. But also, I am getting this really strong intuition message, and that it is connecting back with that other decision there. So whatever path that you are taking, branching out into that new path this month, it may actually sort of, lead you unawares into a brand new love energy there. Your energy is sort of focused on, these things that have been chewing away at you a little bit there, but also really willing to follow your intuition this month. So that's actually super positive there. The moon is always, it always does talk about a good luck, and the moon shining on you, that's sort of a vibe as well. It really does have a lovely feel to it. The moon card there, being a celestial card, it is quite a positive card when it comes to our emotions and our sensitivities. So this sense of loss that you're feeling may be leading you to take these steps down this new path, whatever we've lost in the past when it comes to love. And this may even just be within your own emotional self. That's sort of really guiding you and using that as a guide, to direct you down the next path that you need to take, and you will sort of find some new beginnings coming from that there. Now, I will just we'll see. Okay, we'll see if there's if there's somebody on Cancer's mind. So for the Cancers who have somebody in mind when it comes to love, what energy is coming towards them from the person they have in mind, please? Okay, and Cancer, May 2023, love. Any new energies coming towards Cancer? For all the singles or people with no one in mind, is there any new energies coming towards Cancer this month, please? Okay, so when we're asking about the person that may already be on your mind, so this is probably someone, even if you don't have a particular person in mind, this is going to be, the energies that are already existing around you when it comes to love connections and possibilities. Okay, so we are seeing the child once again. So I really feel that that's more to do with new beginnings, new opportunities, and I feel like with the dog there, the friendship card, that really could be talking about a brand new friendship, either with this person that you already know, or the person on your mind, but really focusing on the friendship elements of that connection at this time, and sort of having some new beginnings with this particular person. And like I did mention before, with the child card coming out previously, that, having that childlike sense of wonderment that anything could happen is really going to serve you well. So this person who's already in your energy, they may just be sort of a friend at the moment, okay, and then maybe wanting to have a bit of a new type of connection with that person. So I am feeling that could be something out there for a few cancers in mind there, but really focusing on the friendship elements of any connections that we do have existing, that we do want to, you know, be loyal and supportive of that love energy that is already there within the friendship, and that may help bring in some new beginnings, and put something into its infancy stages. With the little infant there, you can kind of get the vibe that it is really talking about that brand new stage where it's just sort of a little baby now, but it has the potential to grow into this absolute adorable human as well. That every baby eventually becomes an adult, right? So, well, 99.9, right? Um, but it also can talk about a little bit of immaturity coming through from the person we're thinking about as well. That is another possibility with the child card there too. So there could be a little bit of immaturity going on there with that particular person, and so that may be something that some of you may need to be aware of, that they are a little bit immature in the way that they do come across when it comes to love. Okay, but when we're talking about new love energy around you, we are definitely seeing that there is possibility out there for you, Cancer, with the feminine card there. So whether that is you identify as a more feminine, or whether this is a feminine that is coming toward you directly, with a person card coming up when I've asked directly about new, that's sort of telling me that yes, there is definitely a person around you, or will be soon around you, coming up in the month of May, that is willing to offer you some stability. Okay, because with the house coming through, we do see a lot of security and stability coming on through. So if you are sort of after something more longer term, this is definitely one of the cards that you do want to see with the hopes for long-term commitment. That security element, that you are quite safe and secure in this new connection. So this is someone that you haven't met before. I can pretty much tell straight away that it's this person is someone that we haven't actually had cross our path just as of yet. But like I mentioned with that path, yes, once you start along the right path for you, we may see a lot of little stop signs on the way that lead us to things, especially like I said, if we're following our intuition. There may be some unexpected twists and turns coming through. So I don't try to genderize within the Lenormand. I try not to genderize these actual cards. I do see them sort of, more to do with humanity aspects. But with the feminine coming through, it probably is going to be, that softer, more affectionate type stability once again. Okay, so like I said with the house card there, definite stability opportunities coming through with this new person. I am also seeing the cross coming through as well. So that can talk about, the way you'll know this person. You guys are probably going to have like a pretty strong sort of spiritual connection, religious connection, that sort of a thing. Like it may even be like with right next to the house there, it may even be something quite literal, like meeting them at church or at a spiritual building of some description. Okay, so that could be a bit of an indicator to who this new person is when you do meet them as well. They may be somehow affiliated with, you know, organized religion or organized, like some sort of spiritual organization, or that sort of a thing too. The cross also really does speak to, um, you know, trusting in God, trusting in the universe, whatever it is that you believe in. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to just give you that advice of what I'm seeing in the cards, and it really does talk about trusting in your belief that love will come. Okay, so like I'm seeing that quite a lot too with that moon card as well, as in, you know, following your intuition, and just having trust that the universe will put this person in your you know, in your direction when they're supposed to be there. So that's absolutely gorgeous to be seeing there. But I will grab you an oracle as well. So Cancer, for I'll grab one for each of these people actually. So this person already in Cancer's energy for May 2023, please. And this new energy coming into Cancer for May 2023, please. This new energy for Cancer, love. Okay, so for the existing energy there, we do have the I like you card, okay? So that does say someone likes you, romance is blooming, having fun flirting and wanting to date. So yeah, that definitely could be, you know, like a friendship slowly becoming something a little bit more. And it really does sort of scream of that beginning stage as well, that like, oh, I like you. It's like that real sweet, innocent, like with the child card as well. It's that real sweet, innocent, like, oh, I think I'd like you. Like, you know, back in school, you tick yes or no. Do you like me too? Like, so cute. So it's got that real innocence to it as well. Okay, and we are seeing here for the new energy, we are actually seeing the photograph card. So that sort of leads me to believe that this new energy, you know, I'm feeling it's definitely like a new energy, but there is something about um, a past energy coming back through. So it does say looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Okay, so that would lead you to believe that this is somebody that we may already know, but I'm feeling that you don't actually know them, but they may have seen you out and about, or they may have seen you on social media, and they're kind of thinking a little bit about you, even though they don't actually know you. I feel like it's wanting to know you, and like that vibe of missing you, even though I've never met you. Like I feel like when you guys meet, it'll feel like you've met this person before, and like you'll start creating memories with this person, and it'll feel like deja vu or something. You know, it'll feel like you've done all this before, and you know, that once again with that cross card definitely could be talking about that like spiritual connection with this person, that you know, there is that real vibe of like it may have been like a past life connection or something like that. So I don't feel that you actually met this person, but you know, I really am getting that vibe that when you guys do meet, it'll be like I already know you. Like you'll feel like you already know this person as well, I think so. So that will help you, I suppose, know who that person is. But it looks like either choice you make, you know, they're both going to be pretty well serving for you there. They both have strong opportunity there. There no negative energy from either of those. So, you know, definitely have options on the table, Cancer, and especially with that path card coming through in your initial reading as well. So, definitely having choices on the table for you this month, Cancer, when it comes to love as well. Okay, so I'll just grab you some shadow work. Okay, so we'll just grab maybe 2 cards, I think, for the shadow work element, just to give you a bit of an idea of some things we just might want to look at this month when it comes to looking within and, that self-growth and all that sort of a thing. Obviously, this is completely up to you, how you choose to take that on board. And I will be doing a more extensive shadow work video come the full moon as well. So keep an eye out for that if shadow work does sort of interest you there. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. We're not all on this total crazy path of, doing as much shadow work as we can in this lifetime. We all need a break sometimes. So, I totally understand if the shadow work element doesn't resonate with everyone. But yeah, it's just something that personally it does mean a lot to myself. So I do really like to include it in a lot of my readings as well. Okay, so Cancer, shadow work for May 2023, please. Okay, so quite interesting there. We're seeing that child card come out yet again. This one is the inner child card. Okay, so I feel like that really is, sorry, I feel like that really is talking about really, really connecting this month with that inner child, that sense of adventure for life and wonderment at the world there, all that sort of good stuff. But in a really, I'm actually reading this as a really positive for you this month to reconnect with your child self and and give that child within a bit of love this month and and see enjoy the fruits of your labor because it's coming through so strongly in other elements of your life with that child, the new beginnings that can be created from feeding your inner child. So get out there and do something just for the fun of it, and you never know where that's going to lead you. And the other card we've got there is the pride card. Okay, so I feel like that's saying yes. Get out there and do something just for the hell of it and let your pride take a back seat. Okay, don't worry about if you look like a total idiot doing something like, even just something little like going to a park and going on the swings or going down the slide and just enjoying it for what it is. And don't let your pride get in the way. Okay, I feel like pride may be something that you need to look at this month, and how are you letting your pride hold you back a little bit? As you can see in this card, she's got the duality, the two sides. So it's really about not letting your pride hide yourself, basically, not putting on a mask, hiding your true self. Okay, just because pride sort of tells you that you have to be a certain way or anything like that. So whatever pride means for you, that could be quite important in releasing that inner child this month for you guys there. And you know, let me know what that means to everybody, because pride really does hold a different resonance for everybody. So and also quite honestly, it can actually talk about just having that sense of pride in who you truly are, and we do hear the term pride quite a lot when it comes to like the LGBTI community. So if you are part of that community, have pride in who you really are this month. And you know, if you have whatever you have pride in, like wave the little crazy flag this month, go wild a little bit, I think. Really have pride in who you are and your inner self, not just who you are, in the reality of the world, but who you are in your soul and heart as well. Have some pride in that and show it to the world. Release that inner child and really let loose a little bit this month. And I feel like you guys are going to get some beautiful things revealed to you this month when it does come to letting that inner child out. I really feel that that's super important for you this month. Okay, So let me know how that all goes for you all, and what you all are planning on doing to sort of, something that you love doing as a child. Like I said, even little things like going to a park and going down the slide, getting back to a bit of creativity, um, doing some hand painting or something, anything that you feel. You can go out there and play, dig in the dirt, whatever it is that brought you joy as a child. Get out there and do it this month, and let me know how it goes. But hopefully I'll see you all again soon, Cancer. But thank you so much for your time.